Welcome to the UnderMike show with Sam. How's it going?
Fightins, baby. Just
Yeah,
smash those Braves. So that was nice.
gotta love
Enjoyed
it.
it thoroughly.
Hopefully, we can get this wrapped up tomorrow.
Yep.
Move
Move
on.
on. Move on to the NLCS. Maybe the
Yes,
D-backs.
the Diamondbacks. Yeah, if they win tonight, well, that'll push our game to later tomorrow, right?
You mean if the Dodgers you mean if there isn't a game, then we
Yeah,
could go in the late spot. Yeah, that'd be nice because I work late as usual, so
yeah. I'm actually driving tomorrow to Delaware, so
I'll be driving home at 6. So I'll listen on the radio for the
it
first.
starts late. Maybe I can stop on the way
As soon
down.
as I started watching, they started killing the ball. So,
There you go. There you go.
but
So,
hey, let's
where were we
discuss
at?
last week.
Last week, yeah, we had some exciting games. I guess we went 2-1.
Yeah, I'll throw up our overall here since you mentioned it. Let's put that up there. The show, the team, the UnderMike 2023-24 record 11-5-1 plus 605 units. So if you want to start, I'll put up your performance last week. You do not get credit for a broom. You can't
No,
broom.
just only one play, but we won it. Buffalo hit their. Who the hell did they play? I don't even remember anymore. Was that Central Michigan?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So that I think Buffalo ended up with 37 points, but two of them were pick sixes. It started off with a pick six, so one of those things, but it ended up staying under. What's that?
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was. 30 set. Was it 37?
37-13, I believe.
Yeah, 37-13. Buffalo 37, Chippewas 13 with two pick sixes.
We had 54.5 on that, so we covered. We got it under, and then you had.
You love the Mac, by the way. You love the Mac.
I do. It's something I always look forward to.
Action.
Always get some good action in there, some good weather games, especially as the season goes on. And yeah, it's got it done. You had two interesting games to say the least.
I did not get the bounce back I was looking for. I'll put up. This was what I put up last week. I'll just throw it on the board here. I had UTSA, Texas San Antonio, minus 14, and they were against Temple. Let Temple hang in it for a while, and then ended up pulling away, and they got the job done. Let's just say
that was going.
That game was insane. That game was insane.
Yeah, it's back and forth, and the second we thought one had it covered, and the other.
It was just up and down the field for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, they couldn't be stopped, but for a while, Temple was answering them blow for blow. But we got the W there. But I think, and I thought I had a little banner here for my record. I apparently didn't save it. What is the mark for me? Let's see here. So I am.
I think it was
6-4-1. 6-4-1. Yep. So I'm over 500. I'm a winning player right now. Let's talk about Texas A&M. I mean, this is
that's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah. I mean, let's just go through it here real quick because fucking Jimbo Fisher. I believe he cost Texas A&M this game 100% with the way he coached this game. Inconsistent decisions on fourth down and what he was going to do. So start of the game comes out. Texas A&M, great start. March right down the field. 3rd and 1 from the Bama 19. Run, stuffed. 4th and 1. So you have a decision. Do you go for it or take the points? And if you do go for it, what do? Everybody's QB sneaking right now.
Yeah.
Nope. 4th and 1. They throw a pass, incomplete, turnover on downs. Okay. That's what you rolled with. Fine. Whatever. I wouldn't have done it, but okay. 4th and 1, turnover. They get the ball back. They go on another drive. This time they get down to the 6-yard line, 1st and goal. Go pass incomplete, run for 1, pass incomplete. If you see a theme here, pass incomplete. 4th and goal from the 5. Maybe he's like, all right, I'm not going to beat Bama with field goals. I'm just going to keep going for it. If that would have been what he did, I'd have been like, all right, respect. Like, you're just going to be consistent.
Yep.
Nope, kicked the field goal from the 5, took a 3-0 lead this time. Bama comes back, gets a field goal. It's 3-3. They go around. Bama actually takes the lead 10-3. And Texas A&M gets a little bit, not really a break, a special teams play, 46-yard punt return. They're set up on the Bama 22. Boom, touchdown. First play, tie game, 10-10. Let's go. Boom, stops Bama cold, 3 and out. Next, another drive down the field. This time, they score. They get a 1-yard touchdown run on first and goal. Oh, so they were able to get a yard running the ball. Go figure. 17-10. Texas A&M going to the half with
Looking
all
good.
the freaking mojo in the world, even though there's been some meh. So second half, I thought it was over. When Bama got picked early in the second half, I was like, all right, Texas A&M's going to – they've been moving the ball. They're going to do another methodical drive here, score a touchdown, and Bama's toast. Nope, second play of the drive, they're picked right back. So Bama ties it 17-17. All right, so this is where I really start going haywire. 17-17, tie game, second half. 3rd and 2 at the Alabama 45. Run for 1. Okay, good. Now we only need a sneak or a 1-yard run. We get a first down. 4th and 1 from the 45. Big play call here. I'm not even thinking punt is a possibility. You're going against a rival here in Alabama, team you really want to beat. 4th and 1, they punt. They punt. So on 4th and 1, earlier they went for it, didn't get it on a pass. 4th and goal from the 5, they didn't go for it. They kicked the field goal. Now 4th and 1, we are punting. And you know what they punted for? A touchback. They punted to gain 25 yards of net. Yep. What does Alabama do? It's pretty much game over there. They march right down the field, score 24-17, and it really gets no closer until a late field goal for a final 26-20. Jimbo Fisher was totally inconsistent in the way he coached this game. Sometimes he went for it. Sometimes he punted. Sometimes he kicked the field goal. To me, it was all over the place. It didn't feel like he was either go for the throat. The move I hate the most though, of all of them, that punt to me is horrendous. So I said again about that loss. I thought we were going to get a nice little 2-0 for me and 3-0 for the week, but I let us down. So we're back. Let's talk a little bit then about this week. I know you've really been taking a look at the weather, so I won't talk then about your picks. You were just firing them. I loved it. Twitter, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I got excited. What was that, Monday? I don't even remember.
Yeah. I was at work.
I've been kind of monitoring a storm system coming across the country, and it looks like it's setting up to be a pretty nasty Saturday across a lot of the Pennsylvania area, Ohio, Michigan, New York, that whole area. There's going to be some rain, and you said you're attending Penn State game again. It looks like it's going to be wet and miserable again.
That's me. I'm wet and miserable. It's a big spread game. I think it was started 39, which I thought was a little low. Now I see 42.5 and weather. But James Franklin, by the way, once I don't bet on my teams, they roll. I haven't bet on Penn State, or I don't ever bet against them, but I haven't been on them in forever. And if you invested $100 in them last October and just kept rolling it over, you'd be worth like 400,000 or 500,000. I saw.
Nice.
Covering the spread. So I'll keep an eye out for the weather. I'll let you know. But you've really honed in on the MAC, right?
Yeah. So the Penn State game, it looks like it is going to be wet. There's not going to be as much wind, but it is going to be it's going to be cold, 50 and rainy.
I bet we leave this game early.
Kind of wanted your opinion on the game. I mean, I think it's at 54.5. It was 58.5, if I remember correctly. And UMass, I think they've had some high-scoring games in not the best weather, because I've looked at some of their games. I don't think I've played any.
UMass is awful.
With the big spread, it's kind of tough for me. I didn't play this one on Monday, and the total did drop a bit since. But
our running game has struggled, but this is UMass. I think they'll run on UMass. So I don't think that'll be a problem. And like we've seen, James Franklin has been one to cover the spread. It's really they're coming off a bye week, Penn State, but it's like this is almost another bye, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to them. It's just a matter of how much. If Penn State, this is one of those rare games where it's like the spread's like 42 and the total is what, 54.
Yeah.
So they're projecting like a, pretty much like a 40. If you look just based on the spread, like a 49 to like 6 game or something, in the general. Could UMass get a touchdown? Sure. Villanova scored against Penn State, I think, earlier in the year, got an early touchdown.
You throw some weather in on it too. And a fumble could happen. They could get lucky, get a touchdown.
Right. I could see a 45-3 game. I could see a 38-0 game. I think under's definitely live. The only thing you got to worry about is James Franklin late. If he has an opportunity, he'll let his backups play. Like he doesn't. They don't come in and like kneel. Like the backup quarterback, he's a great athlete. He'll come in and he's an explosive runner for a quarterback. Their third string, actually, I guess they're probably going to be with one of their top running backs is out, but the third string running back really played well last game, Trey Potts. So Nick Singleton, maybe he'll finally get on track and put up some numbers. I think the only thing you'd have to worry, I think the game goes under if UMass stays under a touchdown.
Yeah.
If UMass stays under a touchdown, I don't see Penn State going over 54 by itself. So
I want to watch that one. I'm gonna kind of got to see Friday how things are panning out with the rain because, like I said, this part of the system is not going to be as windy as the western part of the system.
Okay.
So we just kind of got to see how the rain sets up and have a better idea of that Friday, and might want to keep an eye on it. And could be another play or two, but for now, I basically looked at it. There was a ton of games that are in this area. I picked out 4.
Ohio.
I picked out 4 for the weekend that I thought back on Monday that had the best chance of some showers and some wind, and just cool, chilly, upper 40s, low 50s, just really not too nice. So
okay, so let's go over. Do you have what the lines are at now?
I do.
Okay, so I have on the screen Toledo under 52.5 is what you. This is why you follow UnderMike 626 on Twitter. This is why you have to follow him because you get this. And believe me, this time, as soon as I saw the tweet, which I didn't see it right when he put it out because it was working, but as soon as I saw it, I went and fired on these, and I'm glad I did.
Yeah, and some of these got on Monday itself. They dropped by the end of the day a point or two. Right now the Toledo Ball State game. We got it 52.5. That is now down to 47 on some sites.
Yeah, that's huge.
I've seen 47 and a half.
That's huge. That's 5 points, we'll say. Bowling Green, we had it 48.5.
Yes, that's rolling with Buffalo again. Going to try to hit back-to-back unders on them. That is at 44 to 44.5 right now.
So let's say 4 points. So we got 5 and we got 4. Ohio under 47.5.
And then, Ohio and Northern Illinois, that is down to 43.5 right now.
So you got 13 points on 3 games,
yeah.
And you didn't need to use a teaser or anything to do it. So that's really solid value right now. Now we just need them to come through, and then we get paid.
Absolutely. So, I think we should be able to hit at least 2 of those, see how it goes. I think basically from the forecast on Monday, not a lot has changed. I mean, there's little deviations, but it's been a pretty consistent forecast between the models. And it's going to be windy. It's going to be 15 to 20 mile per hour winds. It's going to be showery. It's going to be showery and cold and just not pleasant. So blustery, yeah. And then, looking ahead, I did put out a NFL game that is the San Fran and Cleveland under.
Yeah, the professional MAC team. Cleveland Browns should be in the MAC.
And that was 40.5, and that's now down to 37 right now.
Now, to be fair, part of that could be because I guess Watson may not be playing again, and then we won't give all the credit to the weather. But again, I mean, it's a total of like 16 points between the 4 games. of value. So
Yeah.
awesome work. Like honestly, like that was clutch timing. So I'm pumped for those. I've got some picks that you're not probably going to get any value on at this point, but they're picks I like. So let me throw mine up real quick.
All right.
So, and this is as of like right at the beginning of the show. I try to make sure because I didn't tweet these out. I want to give you whatever the lines are, like realistically, the line you can get right now. So TCU -5.5, and that I had on FanDuel, and that was -110. And I'll just even as we're talking, I'll make sure that that's available. But I looked at it like right before the show, so it should be. And I think that line has definitely jumped a bit from where it opened at. So yeah, it's available. And yeah, it's available on Duel and Kings, but I FanDuel it there. Anyway, the games I'm picking this week, I feel like are games where if the average person quick looked at it, they're always going to say, let me grab the points, the plus points. Mm-hmm. So BYU is the team they're facing, and BYU is traveling to TCU. I feel like everybody I see is picking, I like BYU. Give me BYU in the points. BYU's 4-1 on the season. But dig a little bit close. I've watched a couple BYU games. Cincinnati, they beat 35-27. I thought they got a lot of breaks that game. I thought Cincinnati could have busted that open early and didn't. So while that's a win to me, it's not as valuable. They beat a terrible Sam Houston State team 14-0. And they beat Southern Utah again, nothing team 41-16. They beat Arkansas 38-31 and lost to Kansas 38-27. This TCU team is more talented, and they have been. They're 3-3 this year. They came in with higher expectations than being 3-3 at this point, but it is what it is. But if you look at who is going to look at this game and be like, you know what, I want to take TCU. They just lost by 13 to Iowa State, and before that they lost to West Virginia by 3. So I feel like this is a game, if you just look on the surface, everybody's going to be drawn to taking BYU in this spot. And to me, this is a TCU play. They're back at home. Now, granted, they lost to West Virginia at home, but I think West Virginia has been a little bit better than expected for most people. TCU started the season with a loss to Colorado, which doesn't look as bad now that Deion has Colorado decent. They still should have beat Colorado, but they lost to Colorado by 3. I believe they crushed Houston by 20-something and beat SMU by 17. So I see this as a 2-touchdown victory for TCU. So TCU, and then another game where I feel like if you just take a quick peek at it, you're like, huh? You're taking Kansas laying points? Yes. And Rock Chalk Jayhawk, and we're not talking basketball here. So Kansas is a 3-point favorite. And again, there's some sites at 3.5. Make sure you get 3 here. It's available pretty much everywhere. 3-point favorite at Oklahoma State. Going on the road here. Oklahoma State's coming off a huge win, and that's why I think they're going to have a letdown after that performance. I don't think Oklahoma State is that as good as that last game looks on paper. If you look at it, you see Oklahoma State upsets Kansas State. They were 11.5-point underdogs. I believe, I think it was 11.5. And they beat Kansas State straight up. And now they're on track, right? No, they're going to get derailed. This Kansas team is good. I'm telling you, they have even with being at quarterback, who's their backup, he's dynamic enough. They got Neal at running back. This Oklahoma State team has had some questionable performances. They lost to Southern Alabama by 26. I mean, their wins before K-State, their wins were Central Arkansas and a bad Arizona State team, I believe, by 2 scores each. So Kansas, lay the points again. People are going to be taking the points on the spot. You lay them. And finally, a team I don't like, but it's betting. So you got to sometimes bet on teams you don't like. And when they fuck you, then you can, curse their name. So this is another one where I think anybody that looks at this is like, Well, the USC's got Caleb Williams. He's going to be win the Heisman. And late last weekend, I think the last game of the week, USC was getting beat by a Arizona outfit that is not very good. It was 17-0 Arizona, and USC stormed back to win the game in overtime. They should have won in regulation, but they botched a short field goal. Everybody's all over Caleb Williams, and he's great, and he should be. But Notre Dame has a way better defense than USC's been facing. I know they gave up 30-something to Louisville, but USC wants to throw the ball, and I think Notre Dame is going to be able to slow that down.
And can I just add something to that? That is at Notre Dame, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. South.
So that's going to be kind of at the back part of that system, and I think it is a night game if I remember correctly.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, we're going to be looking at. I mean, the high there is only 53 on Saturday. There's going to be some on and off rain, nothing heavy, but you are going to have about a 10 to 20 mile per hour wind throughout the day, and it looks like it's going to stay that way through the evening. There is going to be some showers early, but it's going to be dipping down in the upper 40s. So that could be something that goes against USC, I would think.
100%.
They're pass heavy. They're used to playing in Southern California.
Exactly. Now they're going to have to get used to it because they're going to the Big Ten USC, and they're going to get introduced to some nasty ass weather in November. But 100% the weather there makes me even like Notre Dame more. -2.5, -115 DraftKings. They're going to bounce back because everybody's last game thought of them as, they lost to Louisville. Well, now they're at home in a big night game spot, and they have the opportunity in front of them. And I think they knock off USC here. Again, people will say an upset. Number 20 whatever beats number 5 or whatever USC is. No. The point spread determines favorites and upsets. Notre Dame defeats USC, covers the 2.5. So those are my 3 picks. We got 7 out there, so that's a lot for us. We normally
it gets exciting this time of the year. There's all kinds of weather that comes in.
I think 6. I think we could get 6. I really do.
I remember the one. I think it was maybe early December last year. I think I had like 8 or 9. It was like that big cold snap that came in, and it was like wind and miserable. And so it could be a lot. Sometimes it's only a few, but
I'll have action.
We keep winning no matter what. So
I'll bet all 7. And I'll have other bets. I have other bets I don't share on the show because I don't think they're strong enough. Doesn't mean I don't bet them. So we'll have 7. We'll have 7 games here for you guys. 4 and 3. That's a win. I get that. I understand. We're confident. We think we could get 6. I'm not going to be crazy and say I think we're going to go 7-0. But hey, I'm not telling you not to parlay. I hope you already have. I hope you already locked in those. Follow UnderMike626 on Twitter. With these weather games, you have to get it early, and we only tape this show once a week on Tuesday, Wednesday night, whatever, Thursday. So follow UnderMike626. He's a good follow for this. Other stuff, no, he's the terrible follow. But once in a while you catch a drunken, tweet or something. But this is. You have to follow him. It's free money, in my opinion, following UnderMike626. So, I'm pumped for this weekend now, aren't you?
Yeah, looking forward to it. I'm going to be doing a little fishing on Friday. I'll be back Friday night and have another look at the forecast and see if we have anything else for Saturday to add. But I like where we're at right now, and that's all I got. Yeah,
you're a bastard because you're going to be rooting for awful weather, which is going to hit me while I'm sitting in Beaver Stadium.
That makes it all better. It's like I know Sam's sitting through this. So.
Although last time we went with, and I'll remove this banner just so the scrolling is going. Last time we went, and I went with my future mother-in-law. That was the only game we were able to leave early due to weather. And it looks like she's going to get hit again. It was the Northwestern game last year that was really bad.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I'll let you know how it is. But, yep. And quick shout out. There's a free – here we go. Free shirt I got from my friends over at Winning Bread. Some horse people. I'm a horse guy too. So, shout out to them for a free shirt.
Beautiful.
Yep. So, I don't got anything else either. I'm just pumped for all this action.
Love it. All right. That's all we got. Have a good night.